Where do we go from here?
Sure. The idea is that possibly she might put this towards a fourth vote as early as Wednesday. But with the fact that you just mentioned that she's lost it for 3 times in a row, some aides, at least one aide that Bloomberg has spoken to, has said that she might not actually do that. But let's go through what has actually happened here with all these rejections that you talk about. Let's go and pull this up on the screen and show our viewers here. Basically, the 4 votes that we had earlier today, every single one rejected. The Customs Union, which was the most popular option just last week, 6 votes short then, was just 4 votes shy of a majority this time around. The Common Market 2.0, kind of Norway Plus we've been talking about, was 22 votes shy. The referendum on a Brexit deal, this would allow the people to weigh in on something, whatever Parliament decided, also rejected there, 13 votes shy of a majority. And then there's an emergency brake on a no deal. This is a little bit complicated, but just suffice to say that it's an amendment in Parliament that was 101 short there. With that said, all of these did get more votes than Theresa May's deal. So the fact that we're getting very, very close to some kind of consensus here over those few votes that we saw that were shy, it begs a question on whether this might happen again with at least some vote getting over the finish line here. But take a look at what's been happening with the British pound, because we saw over the course of the U.S. trading day the optimism there with the British pound rising, and then right after that Parliament vote coming out against all 4 Brexit options, we saw it fall in our second trading day here. So this is where we stand in terms of where we are. I guess, Sherry, you put it best when you said chaos here, and a brand new kind of chaos.
Yep, and Ramy, of course, Theresa May now facing a pretty painful set of choices. She's scheduled a 5-hour cabinet meeting for Tuesday, no doubt trying to figure out how to react to this inability to find consensus, even as we see those numbers of the vote start to narrow a bit.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, they still didn't narrow as much as they needed for any kind of majority. So interestingly, as it stands, Heidi, the only deal that still is on the table is Theresa May's. With that said, looking ahead to Tuesday, there is that 5-hour grand talk, I suppose, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Theresa May is going to talk just with her cabinet-level officials, trying to figure out what they're going to do. And let me walk you through some of the options here. As we count them, 5 options. One is to embrace a soft Brexit, but this would abandon her so-called red lines that really would upset her party, possibly even split her party. Another option, she could leverage the support that we've been seeing for that soft Brexit to say, hey guys, soft Brexit could happen. You want something that's harder, you got to go for my deal. Another thing is to ask for a longer Brexit delay, but that would also upset a lot of Eurosceptics who want to do this as soon as possible. Another thing is to call for a general election, but there is some thought here that those 3 hours of political discussion tomorrow, the first 3 hours, 9 a.m. to 12 noon, would be for that. And finally, something that a lot of people want and a lot of people don't want is a call for a new Brexit referendum. But the options there, I mean, Heidi, take a look at those. All of those. If you say the least of any of these evils, I think you'd be in a very difficult spot to say which one that would be.